If you weren't under a rock today and you're a Reggae Boyz fan, you would have heard about the Mason Greenwood situation. He was all over the news. The Independent, the Express, the Manchester Evening News, all the newspapers in England had the Mason Greenwood situation, or story, I should say, which is he's changed allegiance from England to Jamaica. Now, that's not shocking news for me because I predicted that this would occur. Well, I predicted that England would not allow him to play for the country again. And it's not necessarily the FA or anyone else. It's the fans. It's the supporters, especially the female supporters. And if you can recall, when Manu was vacillating about taking him back, it was some of the female commentators were in the public news who expressed their distaste for this and basically indicated they would never be Manu fan again, or fans again, I should say. Now, so I wasn't necessarily shocked about this news. And it's not necessarily news to me per se, because the JFF had proactively filed the papers with the requisite authorities, the English FA, and obviously subsequently with the FIFA, for him to be able to change allegiance when things materialize in terms of him becoming a Jamaican citizen, get his passport and being a player. So I called someone today to say, I don't understand. I normally get information from you, basically, around the situation as Mason Greenwood's situation changed. And he said, and I sort of quote, things sort of remains the same. Nothing has changed in terms of his papers. Now, listen to this from the Daily Express. I excerpted it, the audio of the news that they reported, and let's talk about it after listening.
Mason Greenwood quits England and signs up for new national team. Former Manchester United striker Mason Greenwood has changed his international allegiance from England to Jamaica. The decision comes after the Football Association made it clear that he would not be considered for future selection following a suspension due to charges of attempted rape, assault occasioning actual bodily harm, and controlling and coercive behavior 3 years ago. Despite these charges being dropped by the Crown Prosecution Service, and Greenwood reviving his career with Getafe, and now Marseille, he was informed that he would not be selected for the Three Lions again. Having completed the necessary paperwork, Greenwood is now available for Steve McLaren's Jamaican team. The 23-year-old qualifies for the Reggae Boyz through his father, who was born in Jamaica. As Greenwood won his only England cap while under the age of 21, he is able to switch allegiances. Although Jamaica have 2 games next month, Marseille are unwilling to release Greenwood as the fixtures are friendlies. However, Greenwood is expected to be named in the former England manager's squad for the first time for the World Cup qualifiers in June, according to the Star. Greenwood moved to Marseille from United last summer in a £27 meters deal, and has since become the leading scorer in League One this season with 12 goals. Mason, apparent to England's current number 9 Harry Kane, has been deemed too risky a choice for the Three Lions by FA chiefs due to potential negative publicity.
Now, if you heard what the Express says, there's 2 things that need to be corrected. One is that his heritage is from his mom's side of the family, not his dad's side of the family. Not sure where they get the news from, because they say he qualifies based on his dad being born in Jamaica. That's not the case. As you know, the JFF came out and says his mom needs to sign the papers so then he can file with PICA for his documents. So in essence, it is not his dad's side, it's mom's side. So they got that wrong. Now, the second item would be around when could be his first call up to the national team. And they seem to indicate it would be this summer because the 2 friendlies against Trinidad are friendlies and Marseille would not allow him to come to the friendlies. Totally agree with that. But them indicating that summer is the first call up is not correct, because Jamaica plays St. Vincent and the Grenadines to qualify for the Gold Cup in the summer. They're going to play them in March. March is an official FIFA window. And if Mason Green was to somehow miraculously get his papers, then therefore he could be called up and be in the team. Now, I think fans should be excited of the prospect of Mason joining, but I'm kind of conserving or reserving my excitement until those papers get signed. If they don't get signed, then nothing will materialize. But let's speculate, let's prognosticate, let's think about what could happen if he does sign, what would it mean for the team. It would be a significant lift for a number of reasons. One is the team is getting old across the board. A lot of players are going up there in their 30. We need some infusion of youth in the team. Second, a number of players are out of form, truly out of form. Look across the forward line. A number of players are not what they were a year ago, and that's concerning. And we also have Mikel Antonio, who's out, hurt, and that doesn't help. And may be out for the rest of this year. Third, I believe Mason Greenwood could be a catalyst for other diaspora players who have the pedigree and that we need in the team. So hopefully, if he does join and it does materialize, he will bring others with him, which would be a welcome sight. Because there are a number of players out there, and we could go through them. I've mentioned them: Kyle Walker-Peters, Jed Spence, Cameron Archer. All these players who may have aspirations to play for England, and nothing wrong with that, but maybe consider, you know what? It doesn't appear it's going to occur. Tuchel may not call me. I'm going to go join Jamaica and join the parade and join and be part of that journey that Steve McLaren is trying to materialize in the future and have us qualify for the World Cup. Mason Greenwood has been a brilliant player throughout his career. You remember Sir Alex Ferguson saying when he was asked by Gary Neville,
player in world football do you rate the highest?
Young footballer
Yeah.
in the world. Oof. Mason Greenwood, in my opinion, is going to be a top player. He's got the coolness and coldness of a great striker. He never panics. His shots are always low. He's always inside the post. And I think that's shown great qualities.
This was the one player he mentioned. He's been tearing up the French league. He's a leading goal scorer there, and he also has 3 assists. He can play all across the front line. He can even play in the number 10. So in essence, we have a player with the pedigree, the profile, the youth, the experience. He's been playing for a while now, 17, 16 years old. He's been playing at a high level, and he's now in his early 20s, who can really aspire and help the team progress. So Reggae Boy fans, even though I'm cautiously optimistic, because without papers, you can't get anything done, as we all know, I am hopeful, truly hopeful, that Mason Green will get his papers and come to play for the Reggae Boys. And I can promise you, I believe this will be the case. If he comes in March, if he gets his papers by March and come in March or even in June, that stadium will be filled out because he's quality, proven quality. Mason Greenwood, I hope you're coming home. Peace out.